My name is Michael Tortoni. I'm the proprietor of Bennetts Lane Jazz Club, and I've been involved in music all my life. And as a teenager, I was signed to Warner Brothers in one of the youngest bands signed to Warner's at the time, a band called Taste. We had a few hit singles. Then after Taste, I went to the Victorian College of the Arts and graduated there. And of course, I had by that stage developed a keen interest in jazz, and had this desire to want to open a jazz club in Melbourne, because when I was at college, I realised just how many we had an incredible pool of talent living in Melbourne, and I didn't think there was a jazz club that was doing it justice. So I tried to bring some justice to it, and finally opened Bennetts Lane. The people that came to Bennetts Lane have always been interested in music. I mean, that was the basis that I opened the club on. That it wasn't a venue like a pub with music. It was, and it still is, the other way around. It's a music that drives the venue. It's been a great incubator for musicians that are serious about and committed to the art form. Because really, jazz is kind of a lifestyle. You don't just go and play jazz because it's cool. You're writing. You always think it's always on my mind. And there's a certain amount of integrity, and that draws people in, I think. And then it becomes like this circle of people being interested in what's going on.
No more wheels to keep on turning. No more spark to light the fuse. I got the love sick blues. I got the love sick blues. I had a love.
Well, my name's Blachford, and I'm the collections manager of the Victorian Jazz Archive, which is a not-for-profit, volunteer-run organisation dedicated to preserving Australian jazz for the future, located in the foothills of the Dandenongs in southeastern Melbourne. I've been hooked on jazz for a very long time. I spent most of my life as a pharmacist, and before I actually retired from my paid job, I came out here once a fortnight on my rostered day off, and I thought this is a great place, and I've been here ever since. Our mission statement is to proactively collect, archive and disseminate all matters to do with Australian jazz. It's part of our social history, and if it's not preserved, then it's lost so we want it for future generations. One of the things that's really important about this archive, and it probably applies to a lot of other volunteer ones as well, is there's two functions of it. You're there because you're collecting and you're archiving, but it has an important social function as well. We've got several people here who come who are either widowed or widowers, and we're the reason why they get out of bed. They come here and we support them and we joke with them and we have laughs and all those things there. And I'm not too sure which one's the more important. I think they're both equally important with each other. There's a lot of interest in jazz amongst younger performers. You only have to look at places like Bennetts Lane to see the calibre the young people are there. Amazing sort of stuff. I'm not for discos, I'm talking about live music. To sit there in a live performance, watch the interaction between the musicians. They always manage to make it look so easy, but it's really quite hard. And the interaction with the crowd spurs them on, and you just get wonderful things.
Inspired by love and a romantic heart, I set off in quest of all expressed in art, with only a suitcase and desire for more. La vie en rose, I heard the call.
My name is Julia Messenger, and I'm a singer here in Melbourne, and I play a lot of jazz gigs around town in places like Bennetts Lane. When I was young, I did ballet and song and dance, so that took me to the stage. And then as a young teenager, I didn't listen to what my peers listened to. I actually listened to Ella Fitzgerald. It just was very comforting to me to hear Ella's voice, and I used to just play my cassette over and over again of Ella. During my university years of studying classical singing, I supported myself through singing in pop and rock bands and jazz bands, and had my own jazz band at the Rainbow every Wednesday night as well. Paul Williamson was on Monday nights and I was on Wednesdays. So yeah, we were very young and very gung-ho with our jazz, yeah. What I love about jazz is that it's connected, and I can see the gift of music in the audience and with the people on stage and within myself. It's immediate. It's a beautiful community full of people who are completely dedicated to the genre of jazz. For me personally, Bennetts Lane has been a real gift because it's a safe place for me to, as an artist, to work on my own material, to test new material. The audience and the musicians are both there for the same thing, and that's the love of music.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming.